Anxiety. Let's get the clinical signs first. Signs, by the way, are what you observe. Symptoms are what you feel. So in human medicine, we can talk about symptoms because people say, I feel a pain. With a dog, you've got to feel the dog and wait for him to wince. And that's a sign that you observe. In some ways, it's a lot better because a sign is fact. A symptom, who knows? So, clinical signs. I have split them up here. Nick gave us some signs, 11. I don't like the number 11, and I'm not having it 12, so I called it 9, as in K9. And the clinical signs that impress me and those that don't. Here we have the not necessarily's. And what I mean here is the dog could be anxious, or he may not be anxious. We don't know. But this sign, this clinical sign, does not prove it to me. Okay? And when I see these signs, I don't think anxiety. I think the dog hasn't been trained. And that's what I'm going to try first, because that's easy. It's very easy to train a dog. It's very difficult to deal with anxiety. So I'm going to say, all right, I'm going to teach the dog not to bark when left at home alone. Then I re-look, and how are things going? And in the majority of cases, it's now a done deal. The owner is completely happy. And I say, but what about the anxiety? You told me your dog had separation anxiety. You know, I still want to check out that this dog is okay. Just because he doesn't tell you now by barking or tell the neighborhood. So the not necessarily's in my book are house soiling, excessive barking, destructive, chewing. Maybe anxious, maybe not. I would say probably not. Long-term confinement, short-term confinement. Why? Long-term confinement is a single room or an X-pen, part of a room, has 4 things in it, a comfortable bed. Unless the dog chews, he loses that first day. If he doesn't chew, we keep the bed in there. If he chews it, we take it out for 1 week until he becomes a chew toyaholic, then we put the bed back. So comfortable bed, fresh water supply, chew toys stuffed with food, that's how the dog eats, and toilet. What do we stuff the chew toys with? Food, not treats. I don't believe in treats in training with the exception of a few very specific instances. I'm working with dogs and children, I'm working with dogs and men, I'm teaching a new behavior, occasionally as a jackpot, and for all dogs, when you pee, on cue. Hugo still gets 3 liver treats for peeing in the right place. I don't want to, he's a little dog, and we know they're much harder to house train. We didn't think so when we got him, but boy did we learn 2 dog trainers. Oh, this is different. Much easier to house train a big dog. And I thought of all the reasons. And the biggest one is, you know, big dogs, I say, go outside and pee, and they walk outside and pee. I carry Hugo. I mean, so if I'm not there, he's like, can I have a taxi, please? I need to pee. And so he doesn't, so he does it where it is. So now we've trained him to run to the door and ring your bell and go out, and you get 3 liver treats. But otherwise in the Kong is food. You've learned. OCDs, we crate the dog in the same room as us, we crate the dog in different rooms, we crate the dog and go out in the garden, but basically this dog needs to spend a lot of time in his crate, short-term confinement area during the first week, then in the second week in his long-term confinement area, usually the kitchen, with his Kongs. He's got to learn to thoroughly enjoy being there, he's got to learn to stand on his own 4 paws. And I find this really sad to say that, but it's a reflection of the Western world, that I think the most important thing to teach dogs and children is to stand on their own feet. The fact of the matter is you're in this world on your own. You may be lucky enough at the moment to have a big support group around you, big family, big loving family. It could change in a flash. And at that point, it's no good in moaning at life or unfairness or God or other people. It's you. It's going to get through it. And that's the quality we have to give children, and it's the quality we have to give dogs.